Hey guys, I don't have a good reason to make miniature potion bottles, but they're just so cute and they're pretty cheap to make. First I'll show you how I made this part of the bottle. Squeeze some hot glue onto either silicone or baking paper and press it flat. Then grab a pair of scissors and cut out a tiny circle. Pierce that circle through the center with a pin needle and set that aside for later. Now it's time for fire. We will use it to shape hot glue sticks. I'll begin with a small glue stick. I want to round one end of it by holding it above the candle and rotating it. Ahem. Are you working in a well-ventilated area? Yes. Fine, I'll allow it, but be careful. And don't burn the hot glue. Yes, thank you, Brunhilde. When it's hot enough, move it away from the candle, use gravity to shape the glue, and let it cool down. Now we will use the little disc we made earlier. Heat the glue stick up again and attach the disc. You can try to stretch the neck if you want. It's sometimes hard to make it symmetrical, but that's okay. You don't want the glue to be too hot and not too cold when you do this. When it has cooled down, you can cut the stick with a craft knife. You can leave the bottom like that, or hold it over the candle and place it on a flat piece of silicone. Now, when it's a big glue stick, it's a bit harder to make the end round. So I like to heat it up, take another glue stick, and press them together so I can pull the glue into a rounder shape. Then I heat it up again and add the hot glue disc. Here the glue was too hot, so it turned into a long drop. But that made a good wine bottle in the end. If you find these super clear glue sticks, you can create super clear bottles. To color the bottles, I first painted them with water-based markers. Then I added school glue with a brush and tried to spread the pigment evenly. Now how do we let this dry without ruining it? Introducing drying fork. Drying fork! Simply attach the cardboard adapter and your piece is ready to dry with ease. Using our special adhesive strip, it works on almost any surface. Try drying fork today. Drying fork! Unfortunately, the glue can peel off easily, so you need to seal it in with something like clear nail polish. That means we need to let it dry again. Drying fork! One way I made toppers for my bottles was to use a thin strip of paper. I used the glue stick to roll it up into a tiny cork topper and tore off the end of the paper so it blends in. Then I used acrylic paint. Drying fork! Lastly, you just need to attach it with super glue. You can also cut out a piece of foam for a topper or use a hole punch. Or you can chop up a toothpick and jam it straight into the hot glue. To make labels, I used normal paper, colored pencils and fine liners. Let's be honest, I just used my fingers to add glue to the labels. Lastly, to make a pendant, I made an eye pin with a topper and disc already attached. I then pushed it into the hot end of a glue stick and struggled to make it look centered. Not too bad. It just needs some color and a label. Drying fork! And there you go. Maybe I should make more mini items, cause this was fun. I do have this video where I shrink a Bob Ross painting. You can watch it here and I'll see you next time. Bye!